The takeaway, how do we move that golf club from the starting position on the way back to the top? A question I get asked all the time and there's many answers for, but in today's video, we're going to simplify it, break it down with 3 really simple takeaway keys that any of you can do to get that golf club moving from setup on the way back. So the first part in an appropriate takeaway is actually in the grip. We need to make sure that we're holding the golf club appropriately so we have access to appropriate wrist function so that we can create the takeaway in the way that we like to see. And a really simple drill that we can do here is to grip the golf club with our lead hand. So as a righty, this is going to be in my left hand. And I want to grip the golf club in a way as a little test. Can I hold it in my bottom 3 fingers from the small finger up to the third in a way where my thumb and my index finger is off the grip? And if I can do that and then place the rest of the grip onto the golf club from there, that's going to show us that we are gripping the golf club in a way where our wrist can function in any what way we like. If we do that test and we find that's a little bit of a struggle, that would indicate to us that we're gripping the golf club too much in the palm. And if we're gripping the golf club too much in the palm, the access of movement that we have in the wrist will be significantly limited and can move us in certain ways that we don't like to see, some of that which we'll explore on in the next part of this video. Now the next part, and this is going to talk a little bit more directly in terms of movement, how we're going to start to move this golf club in space from the setup on the way back, the classic takeaway which we're all struggling with, is to understand that where do we like the butt end of the golf club to be in relationship from the start up to the classic takeaway position. If I was to draw a line across the butt end of the golf club, we don't really want to see the golf club raise above that line in the takeaway. That golf club needs to be staying down. And this is where the grip will play its part, because the way we feel like this golf club is staying down is actually to use the top palm of the hand to feel like we are pushing down on the butt end of the golf club. Now, if you see, if I just really loosely support the golf club there and use my right hand now to physically push this button of the golf club down, where is that golf club going? That golf club is sitting much more out in front of my hands. And in order to do that, what are my wrists doing? My wrists are working more in this way, okay? So the wrist, the grip part of this session is really important because that's going to allow this movement to happen. If the grip is too much in the palm, it's going to be a struggle, i.e. it's not really going to happen. And in terms of the movement that we're starting to create here, a pushing down on the button of the golf club is now going to look to set that golf club in that classic takeaway position that we like to see. Before we hit a ball, we need to understand the final part of this takeaway. Now that we've understood that a grip is absolutely essential to unlock correct wrist function and we need to push down the golf club, set it into place, we don't want that golf to move with just all hands and arms. We want an element of connection in the arms and the rib cage in that takeaway whilst we're making that movement. And that's where we can start with making some swings, holding the golf club just with our lead hand, the appropriate grip, feeling like we're pushing down, and place your other hand just underneath your armpit. As you're making that swing back, I want to feel like you're squeezing that hand that sits underneath your armpit. That's going to keep connection between your arms and your upper body. It's going to allow that rotation to start to happen much more naturally as you set that golf club in the right place. And that is how we want to take the golf club away. With a functional grip, this can allow me to feel like I'm pushing down the button of that golf club. By keeping this connection underneath this pressure point here in the lead armpit, I'm going to create the relevant rotation and connection as I'm doing that. And I can then now blend that in, holding the golf club with 2 hands, pushing down, keeping that pressure underneath my left armpit to now create a good solid functional takeaway. So that's what we want to see. An appropriate grip is absolutely paramount. Pushing down on that grip as I create that squeeze in that lead armpit is going to get everything in the right place, and you can do that in a position where you just take it back to that takeaway position, check that everything's in the right place, pressure point's good, the golf club's in a good place here as well. Just complete that turn of the shoulders and clip one away from there. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to drop me a comment in the comment section down below or drop me a follow in any of my socials. For any online or in-person coaching, drop me a follow on the SKILLEST app, search David Atkins and drop me a line from there. But until next time, catch you on the next one.